pension. What am I going to do? I need help. Are you help? Lord. That was crazy.
I am here to save the day. Do not fear, the Pension Rights Center is here. I am going to take this off now. I am Karen Friedman, as if I have to tell any of you that. Don't you love this costume? And the gloves. I feel very powerful tonight, so none of you is going to mess with me. So can you guys believe that today is our 40th anniversary event? Isn't that the greatest? Round of applause. I want some whoops. Come on, whoops. And some, yeah, all right. It seems like just yesterday we were celebrating our 35th anniversary with another superhero event, and time flies when you're fighting for retirement security. And that's what we do day in and day out. Fight for the retirement security of workers and retirees. Now, Karen Ferguson, Karen, step up, just step in so people can see. As you all know, I am Superwoman, at least tonight. Karen Ferguson, you guys, really is Wonder Woman around here. She founded the Pension Rights Center 40 years ago, and it was Karen's vision of a better system, her technical know-how, and her ongoing passion that has kept us moving forward for 4 long decades. Now, some of you may look at me and say, well, Karen, what is your role here? And I think it's best to describe my role metaphorically. I'm the one who convinced Karen Ferguson tonight to wear a cape. Need I say anything more? Believe me, getting her to wear a cape was the hardest thing I've done for 2 decades. But I want to say something before I bring her up here. The Pension Rights Center is not just about the 2 Karens. It's about our loyal and amazing staff and consultants. There's Kylan, Joellen, and Ruth who helped put this event together tonight. Emily, 2 other Karens, Norman, Maria, Katura, and many more, are retired law fellows. They're all amazing. We have an amazing board of directors, and you're going to hear from a lot of them tonight. I want to thank our amazing event committee, and I also want to thank our 69 sponsors who contributed to this event, helping it make it possible for us to, we hope, continue for another 40 years. And this is the most successful fundraiser we've ever had, thanks to everybody here. And you're going to hear a special tribute to them in just a little bit. When we were deciding who to honor tonight, and we did this with our event committee, we wanted to pay tribute to those who've been part of our history since the beginning. And as you see from the honorees tonight, we've done just that. This is a retirement family affair. We're honoring as our fabulous public service retirement security heroes, Phyllis Borsey, Mark Every, and Tom Reeder, who are legends in this field. We're honoring as our public interest superhero, Norman Stein, who's been part of the He's been part of the PRC fabric since the beginning, and you know how much he does. You're going to meet an array of amazing activists tonight and even hear a song or 2. So you have to stay till the very end. As I look out, and there's a lot of you here tonight, it's really kind of amazing. I see people that we've known for decades, and I see people of all different sides of the issue, and we are a big retirement family. And just like family, some of us agree with each other all the time. Some of us agree with each other half the time, and some of us may only agree with each other once in a blue moon, like you do with your old Aunt Esther. But when that happens, it feels great. But no matter what, we all respect each other, and we all really like each other, at least most of the time, and that's what makes this event special. So now I am going to introduce our real Wonder Woman, Karen Ferguson. Come on up here, Karen.
Well, it isn't only that Karen Friedman was able to get me into a cape. She got all of you here. This event was her inspiration. It was her hard work, her enthusiasm, her reaching out to all of you that has made this evening possible. She's been supported by the folks, by Ruth Kidd in particular, and Joellen and Kyle, but it was her vision. She is truly not just a super girl, but a super person. We're here not just because of Karen tonight, but the Pension Rights Center is here because of not a caped crusader, but a consumer crusader. I don't know if Ralph Nader is here yet, but he is coming this evening. Where's Ralph? Oh, okay. Anyhow, there he is, hiding. Hi, Ralph. Over there. Anyhow, Ralph, all of you know, is the reason we're all healthier, safer, more savvy. But what many of you may not know is that millions and millions of people now have a secure retirement, because 40 years ago, Ralph gave me $10,000 to start the center, no strings attached. So thank you, Ralph. Tonight is also a great time to acknowledge some of our other very long-term supporters, and I just want to do it very, very briefly. But early on, our first year, we received a grant from a small Chicago foundation that was just starting out. They decided to take a chance on us. It is still called the Retirement Research Foundation. They've supported us over all of these years. The fact that we have a pension counseling program is because of the Retirement Research Foundation. The fact that we have fair laws for widows and divorced women is because they supported us and allowed us to get other funding from other foundations. And most important, they have just awarded us a grant for a new initiative called the Pension Promises Initiative that will allow us to work with many of the people here who you will meet to protect the pensions of so many older people who have earned them and are now seeing them under threat. I mentioned the pension counseling program. The U.S. Administration on Aging has been supporting us, actually for 30 years, first for our National Pension Lawyers Network, and for the last 23 years for our work with the regional pension counseling projects that together have brought in $200 million for tens of thousands of current and future retirees. And I just want to salute our wonderful program officer, Valerie Soroka, who's right there. I would be remiss in this short list. I promise you, it's a short list. These are the big funders. We've received funding from many people over the years. AARP has been with us throughout our history, both in terms of support, but also in terms of coalitions. I mean, this is going to sound a little esoteric to some of you, together we fought reversions successfully. We curbed cash balance conversions successfully. We got countless laws that help older workers and younger workers and others. And so we are extremely grateful to AARP and our board member, Deb Whitman, you will be hearing from very, very soon. And then there's the Atlantic Philanthropies. Some of you may have heard of the Atlantic Philanthropies. It's a foundation that for 10 years gave us invaluable support to allow us to do many, many things, but chief among them is our work with church plans, so-called church plans that you will hear about, our work on state-based retirement savings plans, our work supporting Phyllis in her wonderful effort to achieve conflict-free advice. And you will be hearing more about that. But just for those of you, and I think there are a lot of you who know no idea what the Pension Rights Center does. You just were brought here by somebody else. By Karen Friedman or your boss. And for those of you, I mean, I was trying to say simply what it is the Pension Rights Center does. People come to us with a problem. We solve that problem or work with others to solve that problem. We then implement that problem, implement that solution. And we do it a whole host of ways. We enlist the help of a pro bono law firm, some of them here. We worked with the counseling projects. We go to the media. Media is very effective, as all of you know, in bringing about change. We go to the administration, to government officials, and we go to Congress. And the laws and the regulations and all of the changes and all of the benefits won are basically reduced to that process. And we also work on a day-to-day basis and in our spare time for a retirement system that makes sense. It's not just that we get benefits for people, protect the benefits they've earned, close gaps in the law, expand the coverage of retirement plans, but our overriding mission is to get to a retirement system that makes sense for the workers in this country. We've made a lot of progress in the last few years. We have a ways to go. But with your support, I think there's a good chance, in fact, there's a great chance, that finally somebody who works a lifetime will be able to have enough money to pay his or her bills when they're too old to work. So thanks to everybody for coming, and now we get to the important part of the program, which is the honoring of our retirement security superheroes. And to do the first introduction, I am so pleased to ask Nancy Altman to come up. There she is. Many of you know Nancy. Nancy is the chair of our board of directors and has been for many years. She's also the director of Social Security Works, and some of you know that Social Security Works and Nancy Altman have been at the forefront of stopping all efforts to cut Social Security and moving the movement forward to expand Social Security, so that now you have the presidential candidates talking about expanding Social Security, and it's, in my view, I'm sure there are a few other people involved, but in my view, it's all traceable to Nancy.